What is up, everybody? It is Thursday, October 17th. Today we had a winning day. We took one trade. That was it. Price action again was just a little bit unfavorable. There really wasn't after this drop. Like, this drop happened at the open, which was very unfortunate because that doesn't fit my trading model. I don't take anything off of the open. I wait for at least the first 15 minutes of the market open just to understand where I'm going to get into, what direction I'm going to trade. So what I was targeting was this sell side liquidity level right here. And as you can see, price drops down into that. But before we even get into that, look at this craziness overnight, right? We open up last night, 6 p.m., consolidating. And then right after that, it is just a massive move right on up. Just straight push on up. And of course, this thing once again wants to freeze. Let me fix that real quick. All right. We got consolidation, that massive move on up. Price continues. And as soon as the market opens, we just drop and retrace to OTE of this range right here where we have been chopping around. Now, the one thing I will note is the fact that we did drop to OTE and we failed to get a new higher high. So the fact that we rejected off of this 15-minute fair value gap right there very nicely and invalidated this 15-minute fair value gap that was right there, I do believe we may continue moving on down, potentially targeting these equal lows right here. But we'll see. We'll see what price does. Another interesting thing to note, like, let's take a look at the 4-hour time frame. We retraced back up into this area here, being held down by this 4-hour fair value gap, and it looks like we're rejecting. Now, if we do get a 4-hour close below this level right here, this 23.4975, then we will continue further down into these pockets of liquidity that I said, which could make sense with my analysis that I had before. We had the accumulation, manipulation on up, distribution down, retracement, and continuation. I did say I was bearish on the week, so we could see that rebalance of these fair value gaps down here. Okay, that could be one possibility before a move back on up, especially because we left relative equal highs here on the 15-minute time frame. We didn't tap that buy side. We got very close, so it could come down to take out these relative equal lows before coming back up to get these relative equal highs. But for today, I kind of came in with a neutral bias, just not really knowing what direction to trade in, apart from the fact that, hey, maybe we could be retracing down into this area, coming down to this 15-minute fair value gap, if not lower. So that was what I initially came up with. I wanted to see, because there was really nothing here for price to react off of, the fact that we had a 15-minute fair value gap right there that we did inverse, come back and tap it. I got in around there, so off of the rejection there, but I'll show you guys why. So I kind of came in neutral. I didn't really know what to expect at the opening, and I did note that sell side liquidity level right there. So the fact that we dropped and didn't touch it, it was this level right here. We did not touch that. I was looking to see if price was going to here, number one, get manipulated down and then continue on higher. Yes, I did mark out this 1-minute fair value gap to see if it would invert, but I didn't want to take that just because of how massive this drop was. I wanted to see how price would react at something more within premium, or at least closer to premium. So I wanted to see if this one was going to get inverted, which of course we did not. And I had marked out this bullish fair value gap that got created. I was getting a little frustrated that this price action was so slow and not creating any fair value gaps to invert. So when we inverted this one right here, you see price drops on down. I wait for a reaction to move back on up into it and then get some kind of push right back down. So I entered in here. I put my stop above that high right there. First target was to put to break even once it hit this low right there. Well, we continued pushing and right into this 15-minute fair value gap. When I saw that we bounced off of that, I took off 2 and then I left my runner to continue trailing, and I left my runner here, I believe. Yep, that's exactly where I got stopped out. And that was the only trade that I took today. Another trade that I saw, I didn't take, but I saw it, was the fact that, we came down, started to move back up, traded back down into this area. So we had Q1 accumulating, Q2 manipulated below that low into that 15-minute fair value gap. And we did fail to take out that low. Started to get displacement on up, creating that market structure shift here in Q2. So Q3, you could expect a movement, and Q4 continuation. You don't really know if it is going to be continuation, of course. It could reverse off of that. But I just took it on this here. I didn't take it on a real account. But as you can see, that was a very nice 1 to 2.3 risk to reward. As soon as this inversion got created right there, put your stop below the low, target a swing high right there, and boom, beautiful. You could have stayed in runners, and those runners would have gotten stopped out almost 3 hours later. So overall, those were the 2 trades that I saw today that could have hit. I took the first one. I did not take the second one. Yes, this price action was definitely tough to read. Wasn't really giving anything good. I took another one here that I saw potentially could move on up because we did retrace. But as you can see, that did not work out. That got stopped out. So yeah, like I said, we failed to hit the high of day and create a new higher high. So that does make me a bit bearish here. So we'll see what price will do in this instance. But let's see actually the first trade. I don't think I got that good of a risk to reward on it. But we can just always double check. So I went in short in this candle, and I remember my stop being above that right there. Yeah, it was less than a 1-to-1. Much less than a 1-to-1. The entry was 24.55. Sorry, 24.45. $50, I believe. Right? Yeah. So it was a 1 to 1.5, which is what I targeted initially. I got out here at 23.95, which was a little over a 1-to-1. So not bad. Not bad at all, honestly. I think it was probably a 1-to-1. But regardless, you know, we did what we did. We got some green. We didn't keep trading this action because it was just wonky. And I did not want to take this one because I didn't feel too confident about it. And yeah, hopefully you guys ended up green. I mean, like I said, these last 2 days have been tough. This week has been pretty tough. I know a lot of people complain that the price action has been the worst. I will say it is not really the price action that is bad. This is how NASDAQ can move sometimes. We just have to adapt to it and be able to understand its movements and take what we can. Because, look, it's not every day that we're going to get really big moves. So, yeah, just learn to adapt to that. Make sure you're getting your low-hanging fruit, right there. Took some off of that low of day push. And then runners getting stopped out both times, and that's okay. You got to just be consistent. You don't have to keep making so much money every single day. Just be consistently making money each day. All right, so I'll catch you all tomorrow. Hopefully you guys ended up green like I always say. See you later, guys. Peace.